So before we get started on this video, I want to know if you have ever made a quilt from bedding sheets like I am going to do. And you are going to want to subscribe to this channel because this is going to be a series of videos that I'm going to do each week. I'm going to make this quilt right from the start and you are going to see right to the finish. Hi guys, so I'm going to make a quilt out of bedding. Now what do I mean? I mean that I went to a store and I bought a whole pack of these bedding sheets. I'm sure you've seen them at the store, especially if you live in like America or Canada. They sell them in big packs like this. So this one here comes with 2 king-size pillowcases, a flat sheet and a fitted sheet. Now the reason why I bought one of these big guys is because I'm doing a king-size quilt and I was kind of like cheaping out a little bit because I knew that if I was making a king-size quilt I would need so much fabric in order to do the backing of it and as well for the front of the top. So I'm going to let you know what I'm going to do and what my train of thought is on this one, because I really like when people open up about like the planning aspect of when they are quilting, so I hope you guys will appreciate this too. So here we go, I'm in my bedroom and I'm just showing you the colours. So I wanted to keep it in line with the curtains that I made. I made a pair of curtain over there now. I'll zoom into them so you can actually see them. So if you see at the top there, they're all sewn into a pleat. And that pleat is really easy to do because you can actually get some metal parts that actually form that pleat really easy for you. And I remember this fabric being something like $3 a metre. So it was an absolute steal and I love the colour of them. So these are definitely staying. I actually also bought a tie back from the dollar store. Really cheap. And also I still need to do the hemming on these because they're far too long, and yes, that is a cat and a cat tail. It's little Mr. Gatsby. There's a reason why I showed you the curtain, I'll tell you a little bit later. So the fluffy pillow that you see on the bed there where the cat is, I actually made that too. So I made that out of fur and I just did a zipper on the back of it. You can see here there's a zipper all the way down the back of it, and instead of just making it like a cushion size, I got a cheap pillow just from the dollar store and I covered that pillow, and I love this kind of like dusky pink colour. Now I also made these paintings sometime last year as well, and they've actually got like fabric in the middle of them, like that's a fabric flower, and I'll just zoom in a minute and I'll show you the fabric center piece. And all that is like 3 canvases that I bought from Michael's, and I did like fabric on them and I stuck gems on them. So I'll show you just a quick close-up of them. So it's literally just folding pieces of fabric over, and it's so cool to do. Let me know if you've done this ever before. And obviously I just painted these canvases, and also here we go. And this one here, I just got my hot glue out and I just started sticking the gems on, and I made this fabric flower. And then this is just a repeat of the other picture. The reason why I want to replace this with I'm not going to replace it, I'm going to just make a quilt for the top, and I am just going to leave this duvet cover on, and it's a little bit worn, and a cat's got it here as well, and I'm always washing my covers. I wash them every single week, and there's always wear and tear on anything on my bedding. My bedding doesn't ever last very long. One of the main colours that I wanted to pair up was this dusky pink colour, which is this colour here. And I really wanted to match that up. Basically, I'm going to go to the quilting store and I'm taking a pillowcase with me and a chopped up piece of my curtain, and I want to see what I come back with. I'm going to hand it over to past Cassie because I've previously been to the fabric store, and you could have a look what it was like for me personally shopping at one of my quilting stores. Okay, I'm outside the fabric store. Let's see whether we can get that fabric all matched up. So the quilt store that I go to is very fortunate because they actually have a window, so I can do a bit of window shopping. Let's see how this goes. So as you can see from that video, I was actually unable to go physically into the store that day. But the great thing about that particular quilt store is that they have a really big window. So you had to phone the number and they would speak to you on the other end of the phone through the window, and you'd tell them exactly what you wanted and they would go off and go and get the fabric that they could match you up with. So this is what happens. So he came outside with a bucket and I put my pillowcase and my little swatch of fabric into a box, and then he walked off. So one of the problems was he was unable to match up that really dusky pink of the pillowcase, which is the main feature of my bedding. So it was kind of disappointing, and they were so helpful and they were so willing to like order a colour in, but I am super impatient and I wanted to walk away that day with a colour. So we did make something work. Now this is going to sound really weird, but one of the first colours that I actually settled on was this. It was kind of like a taupey colour. I didn't know which colour to actually go with, like kind of like the colour behind me, do you know, like that mushroom kind of taupey colour. But I really think that this colour plays really well with the rest of the fabrics. So basically there is this colour and the colour of the bedding sheets. So let's just remember what the colour of the bedding sheets were. So I'm going to put everybody side by side so we can get a visual. So we've got this taupey colour, we've got the teal colour, and don't forget we're also matching up with like this particular pink here, and we're also matching up the dusky colour here. I'm going to blend everybody in like that so we can see the story so far. They look kind of cool together, hey? So we threw in some other colours too, because I also wanted to work in the colour of the curtains, remember? So not only did I tell him like the colours that I was looking for, I also had a theme, and I wanted to be like romantic colours. So I wanted everything to be the same colour wave, like the same kind of muted tones. I didn't want anybody to be stronger than any of the other fabrics. This is what we came up for the match of the blue. So you can actually see the curtain behind me. It's a little bit darker. I mean, it doesn't have to be totally matchy-matchy. And plus there's an absolute sheen on them curtains, so they're going to probably look a bit different colour at the evening than they are during the day because the sun is really catching them right now. So this is the bluey colour that we went with. So do you see how we're building on this? You've got the pink, you've got the taupe, you've got the blue, and you've got that dusky pink. Now the dusky pink was really challenging. He just could not find any sort of colour that matched. He found one, I think, that was a bit dusky, and can't remember, I think it was a lighter pink, but it had the perfect colour in the dots of that particular one. But the thing was, it had a pattern on it, and I really didn't want a pattern. I wanted it to be just a plain bold print. Right at the last moment, I totally remembered something, and I am going to name the fabric because I think it's worth the while. And I'm not sponsored, and I don't get any kickbacks for saying this, but Moda Grunge. At the last minute, I remembered about Moda Grunge, and if you haven't seen what Moda Grunge looks like, it's this. So can you see how there's like different colours in this fabric? I'm gonna open it all out. So it's kind of got that blue tone within the pink, and it was over my price range. I really didn't want to be spending any more than X amount of money. But the thing is that with Moda Grunge, even though it does have a pattern on it, it's still, like if I have too much of it, it's still a muted kind of fabric and something I'm going to be able to use over and over. So that is the dusky pink that we're able to match up with this. I'm going to put it with the others right behind me, and we're going to see how all of this story plays out. Here we go. Here are all the colours that are going to be within my quilt. Well, obviously not the pillow. The pillow isn't, but I just want to show you how all of this is all going to match together. So basically, we've got the taupe, we've got the pink, we've got the blue, and then also what I'm going to do here with the pack of the bedding pack. So this bedding pack here it comes with a fitted sheet with it. So what I'm going to do with the fitted sheet is I'm going to cut that up, and that is going to be the background for my quilt blocks. So what do you think? We are going to do a whole quilt made out of bedding sheets as well as the bits that I purchased from the quilting store. Let me know in them comments down below, have you ever done a quilt made out of bedding sheets that you just buy from the store? Let me know down below. And guys, I make videos every single Wednesday, and this is going to be a whole series of videos, so you are going to want to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment down below, hit that like, and give me a subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys. Hey Sophie, look at the camera so everybody can see your beautiful eyes. Soph. There you go. I tell you, they're not curtains, it's a cat tent. Hey cats. And you are going to want to subscribe to this channel. Why you ask, Sophie? Because they will... They really do just have a perfect life. You know? Oh, Mum, leave me alone. Look at my video now, won't you, hey? You'll look now. And yes, I really did get a camera angle like this because I wanted to get my cat in on the bed. She's run away.